am so excited to be introducing you to our very first interview with YouTube star, Girls Girl, and a good friend, Trulee Rodney. Thank you for being our first guest.
I'm honored.
Tell me all the things that you have done and what your journeys looked like, because it has been a huge transformation.
Yeah, it has been. Well, I started with an obsession of makeup, but in the sense of wanting to be a makeup artist. And I always wanted to do red carpet glam. And then I was like, oh, film. And I just kind of bounced everywhere and I got obsessed with YouTube. But I never fully considered being a YouTuber. But it's not like my mind didn't think about that. I just didn't think it was possible. It was very like makeup. I'm going to be a makeup artist. I did work at Shoppers.
We love Shoppers.
I love Shoppers. I worked there and I loved it, and I loved connecting with people. And even though you're just selling someone a product, it's like, but you can sell them something that might just change their life. And I know that sounds dramatic, but like,
It's true, though.
it is true.
Beauty does actually change your life.
I agree. I feel like having confidence is like the best thing you can do for yourself, and it just makes you able to take on the day. Selling products is not enough for me. Like, I want to like actually be the thing that changes this person's perspective on something. And not that I think everybody needs makeup, but if you have a product that's a part of your ritual that makes you feel like you can take on the day, I feel like that's so powerful. That led me to going to makeup school in Vancouver.
I also did not know any of this part of
Yeah.
your story. I did not know that you worked as a beauty advisor
Yes,
at Shoppers Drug Mart.
I did.
That's wild. We love our beauty managers and beauty advisors at Shoppers. We spend so much time. Actually, over the next month, we have a big new launch happening at Shoppers. They're everything at Shoppers. Everything.
They're
Like the
so
beauty
personal.
manager, so personal. Anyways, I could go on and on.
They're very
So
passionate.
it actually makes so much sense to me. It makes me love you even more.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
So yeah, I ended up in Vancouver and went to Blanche McDonald. I got really cool opportunities from teachers because I really would like kiss their ass low key. I was really inspired by them, but I also knew that it's like, you're going to be the person that's going to teach me the most. So I need to listen to whatever you have to say, even if I have a different technique or I prefer a different product. I'm in your class, so I'm just going to respect whatever you're saying, take it as law until I go to my next class. And I took it very seriously. And I would literally stress myself thin looking for opportunities on Facebook, of all places, because
It was the era.
that's where it was,
Yeah.
you know, Facebook. And, you know, just trying so hard to network. And then I found myself back at Shoppers again. I would always try my best and put my best foot forward. And I was also the youngest person there. So I think I brought in a different energy than what, you know, typically was at Shoppers. Now it's changed.
It's
but,
changed a lot.
You know, like 6 years ago or however long ago that was, like, it wasn't like that.
Passion for it,
Yeah.
which then clearly translated when you then went into influencing. So
Yes.
where did that bridge start to happen?
I think the bridge started to happen with the fact that it was like, I really, loved helping people find products that they loved and loved the reaction that they would get and how they'd be like, no, this actually was so good. And then it was just that desire to be in front of the camera and want to show more of myself. But I feel like being a makeup artist offered me a perspective that I am so glad that I have, which is connecting with people in real life. Because we went to such a digital age and I switched to influencing, which can make people very antisocial because you're used to socializing with yourself in a mirror. It was really nice to have that perspective of being able to be a people person and navigate conversation and just also know how to deal with random personalities that you don't know what you're going to get. And that just led me to where I am now. It's been a long journey and it's been a lot of, am I really cut out for this? Do people even like me? But I'm so glad that I saw it through because I would be kicking myself in my butt right now if I didn't just try.
What was your first video? And do you
Good
look back at
question.
it and cringe now?
Yes.
Or, okay. Because I think that a lot of people who want to get into being an influencer, they want to be at the 100th video without the willingness to be at the cringe video.
Yeah. You know what I feel about that is that it's always cringy until you're successful. Everyone is
Always.
going to think you're stupid and you're delusional and you're a loser until you're successful. And then they'll start asking you, wait, what did you do again?
And then they'll be like, we always believed in you.
Like, I know, I loved you from day one. No, you didn't. And I feel like for me, just wanting to improve so badly is kind of what I always thought about. So even when I look at my older videos, as much as I cringe and I'm like, ew, what were you doing? Where's your personality? I had to start somewhere. And if I didn't start there, I wouldn't have been able to say I improved. And that would be so lame. Like, why do you want to start at 100%? Like, don't you want people to see that you've grown? Like, don't you want to evolve? Like, I'm so obsessed with always developing and always trying to be a better version of myself. So if I didn't start with like grainy footage that was like glitchy and the editing was bad, then I couldn't have ever said that I got better and that I improved. So I like that I can say I improved, as much as it's cringy to watch those videos. And I just like, ew, look at the faces I was making and like, ew, like just ew.
You had to go through it.
I had to do it. I
You
had to try.
So how your mental health plays into that. What has your mental health journey been? When did you first recognize that you weren't okay? How did you pull through that? What modalities did you use to get the help that you needed?
My mom noticed anxiety in me from a young age because I was so paranoid about everything, and things affected me so much. Like the smallest thing, for weeks I'd be upset about it, and I just cling on to things. So she noticed. Then I ended up getting tested and went to therapy. I can't even remember a time where I wasn't anxious. Like, I have so many memories of just being so scared. And part of that's anxiety, part of it's just being a paranoid person. So it definitely started from at least preteen years that I can remember. And it just took therapy, one, I did as a kid. It took medication. I was on antidepressants for a little while until I felt like I just wanted to see what I was like now, because I didn't really remember what I was like before puberty because I went on antidepressants during that time. So the time that everyone's evolving and finding themselves, I felt a little bit numbed because I had to balance out the anxiety because it was not something that I could manage at the time. So I came off of it actually when I was around 17 or 18. And I just remember the fact that feeling everything again felt so good. Like, I remember crying, and I was crying for days, but it was like the best thing ever because I was like, oh my gosh, like I feel everything again. This is magic. And I didn't try medication for a long time again because I actually liked feeling everything, even though the lows are low and the highs are high. It was so nice to be able to feel. Like, I love to feel everything. Like, I feel like that's something I love and hate about myself.
Yeah.
And one thing I also struggle with is ADHD. So about a year ago, I tried ADHD medication. It flopped hardcore. At first, it worked, and then it stopped kind of working. And I think because I'm so scared of like altering my personality and changing too much, I get scared to, try new things with medication. But I definitely try to find things that make me feel better throughout the day, whether that's hanging out with my dogs, watching TV with my sister, making a bonnet, cooking something yummy, grabbing a matcha, making a matcha, whatever it is. It's like I try to find things that are more of like in the moment stress relievers rather than looking for like a overtime like solution. And I'm not against therapy. I'm not in it right now. I do want to be in it, but I do think that things like therapy work better for me than medication because I love being myself, like the good and the bad, the high emotions, the low emotions. I just love that I can feel so deeply. And I feel like I just hated the fact that there was a time where I didn't feel that way. And so I just try my best to find ways to make myself feel better that doesn't need to alter who I am, and it's just coping. And I try really hard to come across as okay, even though I'm definitely not okay. But I would consider myself a high functioning depressed person where I still get everything done and I'm still a girl boss and I'm still very but I have my moments, and some of those moments last a long time, sometimes over a month. But I just always remind myself that it's like I'm still getting everything done. I'm still doing what I have to do. And I think that the biggest thing for me is like I watch my mom do that because she's someone that gets through those episodes too. And I'm like, you come home at night and you feel defeated, but you get up the next day and you still try your best. And I want to be like that. Like, God damn it. Like, that's so inspiring. And I think that like my mom is a big reason why I'm able to do that, because I see her go through life and have her moments and then crash out at night, whatever the heck is causing her stress, and then wake up at 8 a.m., come to my room and be like, I got a meeting. Bye, girl, in her high heels. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, how do you have glitter on your eyes and you were just crying like 8 hours ago? Like, I want to be like you. So that's kind of what I do. I just push through, and it's always worth it because like there is always light at the end of the tunnel, even though it feels like there isn't.
It's the full human experience.
It is. And I feel like sometimes we have to embrace it because even though the hard times are hard, breakups are hard, friendships are hard, all of those different things are hard, you can kind of find a lesson within everything. And I try my best to see what I can take from every situation, no matter how bad it is. And I'm not trying to make light of my bad situations, but it's like, what can I take from this to become a better person now? Because I'm never perfect in any situation and I make my own mistakes. So like, what can I use this experience for to now be a better person? And I just try my best to do that. So with my last depressive episode, after I came out of it, I was like, okay, so now what can I take from that? And then now into the next one, apply that. And I think the biggest thing is I always feel better. I always get better. Every single time it's better no matter how low I sink. So it's just reminding myself that it's like, still do what you have to do, because when you're out of this depressive episode, you're going to thank yourself that you still kept doing everything you had to do. I don't think every day needs to be a full-blown girl boss, kick-ass day. It's just like sometimes you do one thing on your to-do list and you need to applaud yourself for that because sometimes that's all you can do. And even if it's just like a shower and I brush my hair, I'm like, okay, but I showered and I brushed my hair. So that's something that maybe I wouldn't have done 2 weeks ago because I was too in my head. So it's like I need to appreciate the fact that I made my bed. I need to appreciate the fact that it's like I got myself food and I fed myself and I answered an email. You know, just rewarding yourself, and not like rewarding yourself with huge gifts, but even just going and getting yourself a nice little coffee or a
matcha.
squishmallow or
a
some EVO, whatever it is. You know, just telling yourself it's like, oh, I did that. No matter what it is, you don't always need a big milestone to like feel like you did something. 100%. You have.
It's too.
Yep, I was just in one yesterday.
Genuinely is a big reason why we went off social.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need a break, and I think that we live in a generation that everyone thinks you need to be leveling up all the time and you need to be go, 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 but that's not the human experience. That's not normal. Look at animals, look at people in general, and the cycle of being a human being. Like, you're not supposed to be go, go, go. Like,
and we live
insane.
in such an era now that there's this huge expectation on everybody and this comparison note of highlight reels. And so I think that that can create such challenging dialogues in my mind, at least, where I feel like I need to constantly be better, do more. And it can get dangerous. It can get it's unsustainable, but it can also get to a place where it echoes those negative thoughts in your head. I'm not doing enough. I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not all these things, when really maybe you just need a day to bed rot and tomorrow you'll be better.
Yep. I feel like a lot of people feel guilty for taking breaks, but I think that it's like when you look at a regular 9 to 5, you get a day off. So why, when you're, managing your own time or your own schedule, or even if you have a 9 to 5 where you can do overtime, you don't always have to do overtime. You don't always have to clock in on a Sunday. People deserve to be offline, and you need to take rest, because you're never going to have a good day if you don't let yourself have a bad day. Like, you have to let yourself. And I've learned that the hard way through pushing through my really bad days. And it's like, why did I film a video? Why didn't I just sit on my couch today? It's okay to sit on your couch some days and, prepare for that. And I try to do that through filming a lot of content on one day, so I can have my days where it's like, oh, I don't have to do anything and I can sit here and just feel whatever I'm feeling.
Yeah, exactly.